Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a high level best of 3 between in the top left spawning as our Red Brothers player. Playing for no team currently is the recent military returnee, Barding. And in the bottom right as our Blue Brothers player playing for Twisted Mind. It is classic. Twisted Minds, and my apologies for that. The entire name. As we see Barding opening up with a cheeky little full-on pylon block, sends his first two stalkers right away across the map to see if he can get anything done here. And the answer is no. I don't think he's going to be capable of getting anything done here. Although a sentry opener after Adept, that carries some serious risk. These sentries might actually be in a bit of trouble here. Classic's gonna take a hit on one of these sentries. Gonna lose one. Adept make their way back home. Central force field, is it gonna be utilized? No, it's not. This Stalker is falling low. The control here out of Barding is good. He's looking to get a Stalker kill here. Doesn't quite get it. But he's gonna get a second sentry with no Nexus down yet. It's just going to be a very, almost, I wanna say, primitive build order here out of Barding. Who's opening up with 4 Stalkers. Gonna get another kill here. Look at that control. That's real nice. Took out, what, a probe, a stalker, 2 sentries, and a pylon. Classic hasn't dared building a nexus yet. If this was a serious attack out of Barding rather than just a minor poke, I actually truly believe that Classic would have died. Now Barding has lost a stalker in the meantime when I went back home to check on things. Oh, as now an Immortal is being chrono boosted out. This is just a bad start here for Classic. These two Adepts are going to try to shade by, see if they can get in towards the main base. Perhaps a little bit of damage done. Is Barding going to be quick enough here with the pylon block? He is not going to be quick enough with the pylon block, but he's not going to lose all that much. I don't think so. Guardian Shield is going to provide a little bit of extra safety here. It's going to allow it to stay alive for one more shot. And that Adept is going to fall. Good control there. Once more out of Barding, who has a battery defensively, which is going to be very useful against this Immortal attack that Classic is trying to go for. Now there is a pylon aggressively for our Red Brothers player who's also building a gateway there. I think he's perhaps a bit too far ahead of things at the moment, because all he really needs to do is survive. He's up about 8 workers. He's in a good spot. It's Classic that's all in here. Barding doesn't really have to all in. He really doesn't have to. He just needs to defend. That first force field is gonna be good. We're gonna probably get another warp in. I'd love to see one more sentry in here. It's gonna be 2 force fields extra available. Okay, that's 1. As the sentry does get targeted down. Barding once again with good control, but this is a force field behind his opponent. That's how it was intended. And that's how it's going to end up working. Stalkers do move down right now. As a bunch of workers are being pulled, this Prism is low. And this Immortal potentially in danger then. As it's gonna get targeted down, Prism's gonna get a quick pickup. Immortal stays alive for now as 4 workers go down, but a blink forward snipes the Prism, takes out the Immortal inside of it, and I think Barding right now in a position where I'm having difficulty seeing how he's gonna lose this. An absolutely phenomenal start with just 4 units. Dealt so much damage. So much damage. And yeah, now that's definitely paying off for him. Most definitely paying off. He's gonna have 10 Stalkers out, 36 orcs for 29. Blinks in forward, battery not quite done. Prism is here. He's gonna pick up that Prism. Oh my god, the perfect target fire. It's Classic forced to tap out here against Barding. Yeah, tapping out is never fun, and especially not like that, because it honestly... This was the kind of build, the build that Barding did just now, or the opener that Barding did. It's the kind of thing you do against someone that's significantly worse than you. Okay, you just walk across the map with 4 Stalkers and you kill him with those units. Now, I'll grant you that the early game opener out of Classic was extremely unsafe. Double Adept into double Sentry. Both of these are units that are not very good against Stalkers. This is absolutely fine if Barding had decided to open up with Stalker Sentry or even with an Adept opener. I can kind of see the Adept Sentry, but against 4 Stalkers, it is just not great. It is just not great. Barding shows that he's capable of winning games at a very high pace. See how he's going to be playing it now. So he sends this probe across the map. He's going to go for a cheeky little scout, I think. Both players are. And I love how how simple parting plays as well. I mean, the plan here was to get no sentries whatsoever. Just to get a bunch of stalkers out, get that blink, and then kill his opponent with a proxy 38 as well. Proxy 38 never really came into play. Of course, as Classic died before. Died too fast. It wasn't good enough to live to the proxy 38. That's the type of stuff I love. We have this probe chasing this bad boy around. Ooh, that's a lock. That's a prison. That's a prison. Welcoming Classic's prison. There's one probe stuck in there. I wonder if you finish this. You can. You definitely can. I think it's actually worth it as well to finish it. It's 100 minerals. Oh yeah, it's gonna be finished for sure. So there's one probe that can't mine at all. There's now 2 probes that are just fighting this pylon the entire way through. I think that's good. I actually do believe that's good. Usually you try to lock in 2 probes. If you can lock in 2 probes, that's a huge thing. It's very difficult. It's almost impossible. Sometimes it happens though. Classic still just running around. Stalker. Oh, sorry. Stalker Sentry versus Adept. Classic also changing things up. I kind of like the Adept follow-up here. You know why? It's because you know that the first unit is most likely going to help clean out this pylon. Well, Parting doesn't give a crap. No, Parting does give a crap. No, he doesn't. No, he does. Okay, yeah, he's going to help clean up that pylon. That would be a move that I'd expect. And that means that the Adepts get full-on map control. They can shade towards the other side of the map and perhaps get a shade in towards the main base, get full info on how many units are being produced out of the gateways. This pylon is mispositioned. It's blocking the nexus. Good call. I swear it was mispositioned. Well, this is okay, but this is beautiful positioning. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Why did I think it was mispositioned? I don't know. Now that I look at it, it doesn't look mispositioned at all. You know, someone else who's less secure in their StarCraft knowledge would have cut this out of the video, but not me. No, I can't keep it in. There's enough to do with me being too lazy to edit it out. Oh my god, he just killed his own Stalker? Oh no, first he mispositions the pylon completely in the natural, and now he killed his own Stalker. What a blunder by Parting. It's a terrible game. Actually getting destroyed by 3 Adepts here, which is not cool. Is perhaps even gonna lose another Stalker? Nah, I don't think you're gonna finish this shade, right? Finishing this shade would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty crazy, and he's gonna do it. Classic is crazy like that. Classic is crazy like that indeed, and now he's gonna try to target down another Stalker. Loses one more Adept. I said this was pretty crazy, and it really was pretty crazy. He's gonna end up losing 3 Adepts to kill that one Stalker that he did just earlier. Actually, he's gonna lose a 4th Adept for it as well. Yeah. He had already killed 1 Stalker and only lost a single Adept. Then he traded 4 Adepts for a single Stalker. I called it crazy, and it was freaking crazy. It was not a good move. In total, he's built 10 Adepts. 10. 10? Yeah, 10. There's a robotics facility behind this. Once again, perhaps seeing if he can go for some type of immortal push. And I think he might just be capable of doing that. He's gonna shade in. Probably wants to actually kill those sentries. If you can trade against those sentries, that's pretty high tier. Because that means there's not going to be a scout. Terrible target fire there out of Classic, by the way. But that's the story for another time. As these Adepts now stuck, it's going to trade 3 Adepts here, maybe 4 Adepts for 2 sentries. It doesn't sound like a very worthwhile trade if you're going for an all-in. But the reason why it might have been a good trade anyway is because Classic is going for an all-in and he wants that to remain unscouted. So sniping the sentries might have actually been smart. Somehow, some way, Classic also still was up in army supply. I have no clue how this is working. I guess the resources lost is actually pretty close. Adepts are so cheap, huh? You hate to see it. You hate to see how cheap Adepts are. Okay, 1 Adept is gonna shade through. Gonna get, I think, 1 or 2 kills. Ooh, gonna force a lot of mining time lost. So Parting pulling all of his workers trying to kill him. Yikes. That is indeed a fat yikes. That cost him quite a bit of money. Third gate is coming out once more as Blink has finished up. Classic is not actually all-inning. He's just building a robotics facility and has +1 behind this. Double adepts here shading towards the left side, hoping to get some counter-attack damage in. It's kind of a cute playstyle here that Classic is using. I'm not gonna lie. I almost would say that I like it. It's gonna be sniped there on 1 sentry. No. Goes for a stalker. I think he also lost 1 stalker of his own though, if I'm not mistaken. Here come the double adepts. Let's take a look at where that next warp-in is gonna be. Do we have money for a warp-in? No, but there's 1 stalker at home. Recall technically available. I think this is recall material, honestly. I think this is recall material here, if you're parting. You're gonna lose some map control, but otherwise you're gonna lose 4, maybe 5 workers. Yeah, it's gonna lose 4 workers. Okay. And I mean, it's not like you're doing anything at the same time. You're gonna lose 5, maybe even 6 now. 5 workers. That's a lot of workers to lose at this point in the game, let me tell you. Parting does have a significantly faster third base, so that's going to help him out. We have another double adept move out, this time in a prism. It's going to fly right over the pylon, though. Oh. That's been spotted by Parting. Parting has fast eyes, there's no way he missed that. Yeah, he's instantly blinking towards the top side, looking to kill a prism. Oh, Classic. Classic. You're playing with fire here. You are absolutely playing with fire. Ooh, play with fire and you might get burned. Oh, yeah, Classic did get burned. Most definitely. Risky play does not pay off. Parting, meanwhile, has been pumping out probes like his life depends on it. It's going to be down an upgrade as Classic is setting up for what seems to me like a charge load Archon timing with a +2 attack here. In research. It's been a fun game. This really has been a different type of game. A different type of PvP than what we usually see, and I like it. Both players here actually going into charge load Archon. Immortal. This is extremely rare, especially given the fact that Parting doesn't have a 4th gas. That means he's not going to get that many Archons out whatsoever. How many adepts have we seen already? 12 adepts have gone down. It's gonna bring it to 14 adepts. Pretty wild move if you ask me. Does Classic even have Blink? I don't think so. I guess if you don't have Blink, the only way to push your opponent back, the only way to get map control is by counter-attacking with adepts. That is one of the only methods you really have at your disposal. And Classic is utilizing it. What is this? Parting here is taking a 4th base. He's taking it at an alternative location. Haven't seen that one quite yet. As Classic is just going to expand to his normal 4th while he's pushing out. Oh, that's -1 stock. Yeah, 4 immortals with +1. You only need 3 immortals with +1 to one-shot, of course. This is not a fight that the Stalkers can win. They can even kite this a little bit. I wonder where Classic's gonna go. I'd say in between these bases is a prime location. Should be waiting for his +2 attack as he throws down a Nexus. Well, not gonna go in between the bases. Parting here, look at that. He's thinking about that prism right now. He's thinking about that prism. He is gonna blink him forward, but it's gonna cost him. It's gonna cost him 6 Stalkers, I think, there. Maybe even 7 there. These Zealots in the chase take 1 more out. I actually believe that if you're Classic in this case, you don't engage into this. Because you don't have the reinforcement. Although, you are +2. You have the +2 attack. But you wait for your next prism. Simple as that. You don't see a 3rd base, or you don't see a 4th base on your opponent's side. Of course, there is one. Classic's just not aware of it. So, if I were Classic, I'm not even sure if I want to attack into it. Yeah, just continue to your +3. Wait for your prism. This is key. This base is key. Parting, if he can keep this base alive for a little bit, Classic's not aware of it. Because Classic right now, his thinking is very simple. It's, well, as long as I stay alive, I'm winning. I have a better, bigger army. Like, take a look at the Archon count. It's 5 versus 2. I have better, bigger upgrades. And I'm up a base, so he's up in everything. Attacking into this, I think it's possible, but it also almost feels silly, knowing what Classic knows. Like he's up in everything, and it's just gonna keep getting better for him. Look at that. Just moved into a slightly better position. Wants to pick up that Archon. It's not quite gonna get there. Gonna get a Zealot Warping in the back. Immortal's tanking in the front. This has not been the greatest engagement out of Classic, but I do believe it's gonna be enough. He's taken out 14, 17 workers as well behind this. As the Immortal's still standing, better than they ever did. Classic takes game number 2. And that was a very interesting win for Classic as well. It's rare that we see these proper Archon Immortal Zealot attacks these days. We're much more focused on the Blink Stalker as a unit, it feels like. Just so rare to see it like this, but almost worked. Well, it did work. Almost worked for party. Nah, it didn't really almost work. Just like that pylon wasn't blocking his Nexus, that wasn't almost a defect. He was very far behind. He was down in Immortal count, down in Archon count. I was very confused to see him play that. After opening up with so many Stalkers, already kind of denying him a bunch of gas for potential Archons, and then on top of that only having 3 gas for such a long time, that it felt like he was setting him up for being down in Archons. And one of the most important things in these types of fights is just the Archon count. And if you have 6 Archons and the other guy has 3, you're probably going to win the fight with the 6. Hoppa! Classic takes out one of his opponent's workers. I wonder if he's going to use this. Sometimes you see people just throw down instant tech. You know, throw down a robotics facility, like a 3-gate robot, throw down a Stargate. They rush out those oracles, or sometimes even rush out phoenixes. They've usually been hit on the head by a heavy object. A bit of brain damage. Completely possible. What do we have here? 2 Stalkers coming out. Puff puff. Beautiful to see. Gonna build a third pylon in the main base. That is indicating something sinister. Parting for getting his 3rd pylon. It's gonna be supply blocked as a result. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a robotics facility. Nice. So, cheeky little 3-gate robo most likely. That's what's on the menu here. This build has been it's been coming back. It's been making a return in pro play. So the Nexus goes down on the side of parting, builds a sentry, builds a 2nd sentry. And I love that Classic here is just kind of hugging this ramp, saying, hey, if I'm on top of this, you can run up here. Parting says, watch me do it. He tries to run up the ramp, takes a bit of damage, starts running back home. Good call. Good call if you ask me, for sure. Now let's see how big the balls are on Classic. Is he gonna walk up this ramp? No, it's not. He's not gonna walk up that ramp. He says, no, I'm a responsible adult. I don't run up ramps. Unless I know what's up those ramps. Maybe with 4 Stalkers, he could consider it. He's trying to bait parting out of the base, saying, hey, if you're going into 4 Stalker, and I have 4 Stalker, I kind of want to fight in the middle. Parting, however, playing Stalker, Stalker, Sentry, Sentry. Time to get a hallucination out, Mr. Parting, because you are very much so in the blind. You have no clue as to what is kicking up here. Yeah. There we go. 10 energy was already over the hallucination energy, so this is going to hit kind of late here, this scout. It's not going to help him out. Also not instantly warping in any units, is he? No, he did. Warped it in the main. Did he get any potential oracles? Hallucination is scouting. Sparting sees this. See what his response is going to be here. He was just busy chrono boosting probes. Warps in another sentry instantly. Moves his Stalkers towards the ramp. Another Stalker as well. Cuts workers all together. Battery in the main. Here comes the attack. Parting not paying attention. And he's going to get a couple of his units sniped here. As the Stalkers move in. Another big warp in does happen. And I think that Classic is just going to walk over his opponent here right now. We have, what, 12, 11 Stalkers versus 2 sentries. That's going to be difficult trades here. GG gets called. Sparting leaves the game. Classic wins this best of 3. A fast best of 3. But a fun little best of 3. I enjoy watching these types of PvP. A little bit different. And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. If you did enjoy this too, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.